I know there are lots of sales going on these days in fragrance stores or in stores in general with fragrance departments, mainly because of the current situation. They need to get rid of the old stock, or they just need to make some sales. They need to make some money, to recover. And even so, even with these big sales, some of the popular fragrances, designer fragrances, even on sale, they are not worth the price. For example, today I went into a store, into a Boots pharmacy store, and they had this really good sale going on in the fragrance department, and they had Gucci Guilty Cologne for £30 for the big bottle of 150 ml, which is a great price. Yeah, it was a great deal, but I tested the fragrance. I liked the first 30 seconds of the fragrance, and then it just simply smelled bad to me. Okay, if you like it, no offense, but to me it just smelled bad, and I didn't buy it. So what I'm trying to say is that instead of spending £30 on that fragrance, I think there are better options. I could buy 2 fragrances from the Middle East which are better, or even 1. So this is what I want to show you today. 3 of these Middle Eastern fragrances which, for the price they have, I think they offer very good quality and performance. They will not be, your usual Middle Eastern fragrances, the ones that usually appear in every Middle Eastern fragrance related video. It's not going to be Hawas or any other of those already confirmed great Middle Eastern fragrances. Now I want to show you 3 fragrances that people don't usually talk about. I mean, I do if you have watched my videos, and they don't get enough attention. I mean, if you already have a small collection of Middle Eastern fragrances, these will be a great addition if you like what you're going to hear. So no more talking, let me begin by showing you the most popular of the 3. I mean, if you like Armaf fragrances, you probably already heard about it. It's the female version of the already very popular Club de Nuit Intense Man. It's Club de Nuit Intense Woman. I'm not going to compare it with the fragrance this is a clone of. I'm just going to say that if you are looking for a high quality fragrance that smells like chocolate, dark chocolate and rose, with a very nice rose, nice quality rose, which is blended very well into the fragrance. It's not that, I used to dislike rose based fragrances because most of them smelled like hand lotion or body spray with that cheap synthetic rose. But there are some fragrances like this one which has a very nice floral composition, and that's mainly because of the rose. It's elegant, it's dark, it's mysterious. It's not something that you will smell every day on another person. If you like this one, and if you didn't try it yet, and if you tried by Latafa Oud 24 Hours, which also has that kind of dark chocolate, sweet, bit gourmand type of smell. But hear me out, this is not as sweet as this one. It's less inviting, less playful, more serious, more sophisticated. So don't worry if you are a man and you're afraid that this says it's Club de Nuit Intense for women. No, don't worry. This is a unisex fragrance. It can easily be pulled off by men, and also because the fragrance this is a clone of, it's unisex. Okay, I'm gonna mention it. It's a clone of Tom Ford's Noir de Noir. The performance of this fragrance is excellent. I mean, it's beastly. It's beastly, okay? It's an eau de toilette which has a beastly performance. The next fragrance I want to show you is one by the house of Ard Al Zaafaran. I have shown you this fragrance in a couple of videos. It is called Shams Al Emarat Kususi. The name of the fragrance always troubles me. It's a long and heavy name, but the fragrance, it's not that heavy. And judging by the aspect of the bottle, this inclines more towards the female side. But again, don't worry. I mean, in a world where sweet very sweet fragrances are worn by men, this fragrance can easily be worn by men. Let's put it this way. If you are a man and if you have tried also by Ard Al Zaafaran Dirham, and maybe you didn't like the opening, maybe it was too harsh, maybe it was too floral, maybe too much jasmine, too much rose. This smells like the dry down of Dirham with less jasmine, less floral, but more fruity, sweeter but not too sweet. So this can be definitely considered unisex. But in my opinion, for me, I think it is better for women, but it's definitely not just for women. This officially is a unisex fragrance, but by the aspect and by how I perceive it, I would think that it's better for females. But if you're a female and you want to understand more about this fragrance, let me put it this way. If you like La Vie est Belle and maybe you think it's too sweet, maybe you think it's too loud, it's too overpowering, I'll consider this fragrance to be a version of La Vie est Belle, which is not so loud, which is fruity as La Vie est Belle, maybe not so sweet as La Vie est Belle. Definitely not so sweet, but also with something that makes the fragrance Oriental, with an Oriental aspect. So if you like La Vie est Belle, but you don't want to purchase it again, you don't want to smell like every other woman around you, because that's a very the most popular female fragrance, but you still want to stick with that kind of smell, this can satisfy the needs. Okay, the last fragrance I want to show you is a fragrance that is not very easy to wear, guys. Okay, so if you just want a fragrance that smells of high quality, but you want something that is easy to pull off, something that smells nice, mass appealing fragrance, no-brainer fragrance, this is not for you. But if you want something special, if you're really into that heavy oud-based fragrances, if you're really into niche fragrances, but you want something inexpensive that can get you a niche-like smell and a niche-like quality, Rasasi can get you that fragrance with this offering, Danal with Nashwa. I have shown you this fragrance, guys, and yes, I have said that this is that skanky type of wood. It's not very pleasant when you smell it up close, but only by taking the cap off the fragrance and keeping it in a distance, the whiffs coming from the fragrance, they just smell great. Oud and honey are the main ingredients here, but the oud in this fragrance is very high quality. It's not the type of oud that you're going to find in a Zara fragrance or in a cheap fragrance. If you're going to find an oud fragrance coming from, let's say, a more popular brand at this price, it's definitely not going to have the same quality as this one or the same performance. This performs great. This is definitely a winter scent, an outdoor scent. With this fragrance, you want the whiffs coming at you. You don't want to get after the whiffs. You don't want to go for the smell. Let the smell come to you. It will smell great. But again, you need to be a big fan of oud. But for the price, this fragrance delivers. And also for the price, it even comes in a very nice package. So I know that many of you are fans of inexpensive Middle Eastern fragrances, and I know that you guys have some hidden gems in your collection. So why not mention a couple of them down below, and I'll try to find them and test them, and I'll make a video about them if, of course, they are at least as good as these ones, if not even better. So leave a comment below, guys, and until the next video, keep smelling great.